Yes, good evening everyone. Welcome to Lukmaan IAS. This is DTRS session, Daily Takkar Rapid Series, class 202, and we will discuss the 10 quality MCQs based on the current affairs of 7th March 2024. The lead topic for today is IndiaAI mission. First MCQ will be based on this topic and other 9 MCQs based on other 9 different topics. One small announcement regarding the special session that we are arranging for guidance to the students from Telangana state. So we are having this session on 16th of March in Hyderabad, morning 10 a.m. So those students who want to prepare for prelims 2024, along with that they are just starting the preparation for this examination and they want to want to have the right guidance how to approach to this examination, how to choose the optional subject, or how they should have their timetable by arranging during the the second year or third year of their graduation. So all these queries will be addressed in this particular interactive session. So 16th March, so you can register Lukmaan IAS website and you can attend this session offline manner. Hyderabad IAS Academy, we have provided address. You can go through the address and you can attend this session. All right. So daily we are discussing one quotation, and today's quotation today is 8th March, right? So we celebrate International Women's Day, and that's why the quote, very relevant quote here: I measure the progress of community by the degree of progress which women have achieved in that community. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Yes. So rightly said. At that time, you can understand 70 years back he has talked about this, and this is very visionary statement. Even today it is more relevant, we can say most relevant in Indian society. I measure the progress of community by the degree of progress which women have achieved. Now why he is saying like that? Why it is important that the progress of women is important for progress of any community or society? One should understand that फेमस कोटेशन भी है उसके रिलेटेड, राइट, कि जब कोई भी एक घर का मेल पढ़ता है, ठीक है, तो वो सिर्फ उसके लिए पढ़ता है, या फिर हम बोल सकते हैं कि सिर्फ उसका प्रोग्रेस होता है. बट व्हेन वन वुमन इज लेट्स से एजुकेटेड, then that woman is basically progressing not only by herself but she is, let's say, helping development of both houses, parents house we can say, contributing, she is also contributing to in-laws house and the next generation by imparting very good values to the children. So role of women is very important. So आप जब role की बात करते हैं तो you should know role of women at family level. You should talk about, we can expect question in mains examination ethics paper, ठीक है, at family level, and we can say societal level. Then we can talk about the economy, workforce participation, politics, so women in politics, leadership skills, management skills. So this one and even at international level. Okay, so like family level, we know that women in Indian society or Indian community, we have by large some conservative value system or patriarchal value system that we follow, and that's why the role of women is overburdened, we can say that. The women are going out and working also, they are taking the education, and still they are burdened with the household chores and the responsibility of the family members, children, and because of that she is facing lot of responsibilities. Okay, so family level pe you can understand different kinds of issues that women are facing. At societal level, you can understand that how there are patriarchal societal norms we have. We can take the example of temple entry. The recent times we can have an example of Maharashtra or Kerala. So temple entry movements, or let's say temple entry ban, तो वहाँ पर कई सारे protest भी हुए हैं women से. Societal level, we can see such kind of things, or we can say in general gender discrimination happening in the public places. So ये सारी चीजें आप societal level पे हम challenges की बात करते हैं. And then we talk about the economy. So we know the data related to workforce participation, a very poor, low level of workforce participation in economy. Along with that, let's say the positions held by the women in corporates or these companies at higher level is very less. Recently the Hindu में जो data आया हुआ था इससे regarding, तो आपने वो data यहाँ पर mention भी करना चाहिए, right? Then along with that, politics, we can see that the leadership and the representatives, women representatives in the legislative assemblies or Lok Sabha or overall we can say legislative houses is very less. And that's why the present government has come up with the new initiative that after 2026 there will be the new let's say reservation for women in the we can say legislative houses. तो ये जो चीज़ें हैं ये important है, because women representatives will understand and we can say help women to progress by having some let's say initiatives or bringing some politics and influence the government policies, all these things. So the community's progress is decided because of these factors. Now you can see some Western countries or Nordic countries at family level liberal values, societal level more liberal and open-minded society, and they are promoting, they are helping women. ठीक है, तो we can at family level the 50-50% husband wife, they are sharing the responsibilities and all these things are there. And the at family level the people husband or family members so understanding the let's say whatever the choices that women are making, they are so they respect those choices. Economy, we are basically leaving out 50% of workforce outside the economy, so one can understand if that workforce is full fledged. ऐसा तो नहीं है कि मतलब women का brain या फिर mind जो है इतना काम नहीं करता है, intelligent नहीं होता है, rather they are much more intelligent also. We have several examples of scientists, or we can say examples in every field we can take. ठीक है, be it sports, politics, acting, सारी चीज में दिखते. ठीक है, तो प्रोग्रेस ऑफ सोसाइटी, कम्युनिटी, इकोनॉमी से रिलेटेड भी है. ठीक है, तो ये सारी चीजें आप बात कर सकते हैं. वेस्टर्न कंट्रीज हैव ऑल दीज डेवलप्ड. यू कैन सी मेनी ऑफ द यूरोपियन कंट्रीज दे हैव देयर हेड्स ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट, देयर विमेन. ठीक है, तो आपको कुछ एग्जाम जैसे इटली, ठीक है, काफी फेमस हुए हैं वो जो वहाँ के जो प्राइम मिनिस्टर है. सो यस ऑफ कोर्स द विमेन पावर वी शुड अंडरस्टैंड एंड दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. तो measure the progress. So if you see the progress of these Nordic countries or European countries, so they have very high let's say human development indicators, HDI है या overall economic indicators very high. ये सारा चीज उसमें मैटर करता है. You can take the example of other countries, African countries और West Asian countries, Gulf countries, जहाँ पर women के rights से लेके बहुत सारे issues है. So you can see the progress of community. Understood? So same thing we can talk about Indian society. Whatever the issues that women are facing, somehow it is related to our mentality, or we can say the values that we are imbibing in us. So it is the responsibility of our parents or the let's say school teachers and responsibility of overall society to imbibe the right kind of values like respecting women, protecting their dignity, and we can say there should not let's say treating them equally at par with we can say male, or simply there should not be any gender discrimination. ये अगर बचपन से values imbibe किए जाते हैं through right kind of socialization, then only we can say when the children are grown up they are going to implement in them in their own conduct. ठीक है, तभी हम बोल सकते हैं कि ये सारी चीजें, ये जो challenges है that women are facing in India, they can be overcome. Fine. So we can have essay or let's say ethics question related to this topic, and every year UPSC one way or other way will ask let's say women related questions. GS1 society part is also there. Today's 10 topics and we'll solve these MCQs one by one. Let's try to solve the first MCQ. What should be answer to this one? Yeah, online students. Yes, good evening Vijay. What should be answer to this one? India AI mission. Yes. So this is the new mission approved recently by cabinet, and it will be implemented for next 5 years. As the name suggests, AI, artificial intelligence, so it is related to improving the capability of, we can say, India's workforce in terms of AI. So data and AI labs to be set up in tier 1 cities to impart foundational level courses. See, tier 1 cities already have a very good development in terms of private sector. Okay, private sector companies, there are several, let's say, training courses by the private companies in AI. तो टायर 1 cities का इतना इशू नहीं है. टायर 2 and टायर 3 cities में these capacities are going to be we can say explored or improved under this mission. So this one is factually incorrect. AI compute infrastructure to be set up through public private partnership model. This one is correct. AI compute infrastructure, how the government is going to borrow 10,000 GPUs, that is graphic processing units, for AI compute infrastructure, and it will be implemented through public private partnership model. This one is correct. Now, India AI Innovation Research Center will be set up with a focus on development of indigenous large multimodal. This is also correct. Research center will be set up under this mission. Now only 2 statements are correct here. B is the correct answer. Fine. Okay, very good, Vijay. Moving on. What should be answer to this one? We have to identify correct statement, and every year UPSC asks one question related to a particular crop, be it in terms of production or from the geography angle. What are the geographical factors, climatic factors, soil factor, rainfall, all these things are asked in the prelims examination. Minimum one question they are asking. This has been the pattern. ऐसा नहीं कि मतलब अचानक से कभी पूछते हैं नहीं पूछते, हर साल पूछते हैं. ठीक है. तो about the sugar cane, because recently there was, let's say, one estimate that the area under cultivation of sugar cane will come down in future, we can say future. So that's why it was in news. Sugarcane crop is native to India. See the framing. 3-4 years back there was question related to oil palm. Oil palm imports 100% we were importing. At that time it was creating lot of issue related to increase in import bill of the country. ठीक है. तो इसलिए ये framing, there was a question related to oil palm, and first statement was like the oil palm is native to Southeast Asia. इस तरीके से स्टेटमेंट था ना. सो शुगर केन इज नेटिव टू इंडिया. दिस इज करेक्ट स्टेटमेंट बेसिकली. ठीक है. शुगर केन इज नेटिव क्रॉप ऑफ इंडिया, एंड दिस यूरोपियन प्लांटर्स और वी कैन से प्लांटेशंस, they Europeans, they had this sugar cane planted in the equatorial countries like Indonesia or Philippines later on from India. ठीक है. इंडिया से लेके बाद में वहाँ पे उन्होंने प्लांट करना शुरू किया. Because in equatorial countries it is very beneficial. There is ample amount of rainfall, and we can say temperature 21 to 27 degrees Celsius temperature is required, and we can say 75 to 150 centimeter of annual rainfall is sufficient for this. But yes, it requires frost free kind of weather conditions, and equatorial conditions are frost free largely. ठीक है. The soil rich in nitrogen, calcium, phosphorus are conducive for sugarcane. This is also correct. Soil, let's say, nutrient contents. Now, total cropped area under sugarcane exceeds that of wheat in India. Absolutely illogical. So we know that rice, wheat, they have the most, let's say, largest cropped area under cultivation in India. So if you see the wheat, it's 14% of total cropped area in the country. And if you see the sugar cane, it's only about 2.4% or 2.5%. So this is incorrect statement. Now, the summer temperatures up to 35 degrees Celsius in northern plains of India favor cultivation of. Rather, it is problematic. Too hot conditions during summer in northern plains due to continentality affects the growth of this particular crop. Its sucrose content goes down. And at the same time, during winter there are extremely low temperatures, so there can be chances of frost. That is also problematic, and that's why it reduces the overall harvest time, or we can say overall cropping cycle of the sugarcane in northern plains. So ये वाला angle हम beans oriented पढ़ते हैं, तो it can be asked in prelims also. ठीक है. So this one is incorrect. 2 statements are incorrect, 2 are correct. So answer becomes B. ठीक है? Okay. Moving on. Yeah. Yeah, sorry for the disturbance. So I guess now it is audible. Okay, so let's continue. So I was telling you that tutipotency and pluripotency. Pluripotency is when the cell is able to grow into any particular organism of the body, and tutipotent cell is, we can say, that particular cell where when it is planted into uterus of the female, then it is growing into one single whole organism. Okay, so this is the difference. Now, as the name suggests, induced pluripotent. So that means generally pluripotent and tutipotent cells are derived from the embryo, because embryo is having that characteristic, or the cells of embryo are having those characteristics, and that's why the cells of embryo can be considered as stem cells, which can be grown as part of, we can say, any particular whole organism. We know embryo grows into whole organism, or the cell can be used to grow a particular, we can say, what you can say, part of a particular body. Now, induced, as the name suggests, induced means when we take, let's say, cell from a body, any body part, be it skin or we can say blood cells, and then they are reprogrammed in a such manner that they are acting as embryonic cell. They are acting as embryonic cell, we can say. Okay, so in this manner, this is let's say induced pluripotent stem cells. This is very advanced level of, we can say, developments. It can be used in therapeutics for disease modeling and regenerative medicine. This is correct, we can say. And they are derived from embryonic stem cells. No. In general, pluripotent and tutipotent, they are derived from embryonic stem cells, but induced ones are not derived. Rather, induced, as the name suggests, it is induced back to the embryonic. It is derived from skin or blood cell, other, we can say, cells of the body. So this statement becomes incorrect, and we can say that C is the correct answer here. Okay? Okay, fine. So this concept is very important. Moving on. Penicillin, this particular antibiotic, has been used for so many years, especially against bacterial infections. Now, look at the statements and what should be the answer to this question. Penicillin. यस बताइए. यस ऑनलाइन स्टूडेंट्स, क्या होना चाहिए आंसर इसका? Yes. So recently there was a research that penicillin bacteria, resistant bacteria, they are becoming more and more resistant, and that's why it was in news. Now how they become resistant? These bacteria become resistant because they developed such kind of, we can say, technique that they do not allow penicillin to get through cell wall itself, and if it is getting into cell wall into the cell body, then it is having this mechanism of removing that from the cell body. ठीक है. So now penicillin resistant bacteria can store this antibody, तो store नहीं करता है और rather remove कर देता है. So we can say this one is incorrect. It is commonly used in combination with other drugs to treat tuberculosis. The word commonly used नहीं, टीबी के लिए जो है अदर एंटीबायोटिक्स यूज किए जाते हैं. ठीक है. सो वी कैन से दिस इज इनकरेक्ट. आपको करेक्ट पूछा हुआ है, नीदर वन नॉर टू. ठीक है. सो नाउअडेज दिस इज बीइंग लेट्स से एक्सप्लोर्ड एज वी कैन से ड्रग टू ट्रीट, बट कॉमनली यूज्ड वो वाला नहीं है इसके लिए. ठीक है. सो बोथ स्टेटमेंट्स आर इनकरेक्ट हियर. फाइन. Again, one more question related to such drug is dolutegravir. ठीक है. dolutegravir DTG जिसको बोला जाता है. तो क्या है ये पर्टिकुलर ड्रग? It is a medication used to treat bacterial infections. As per WHO report, this resistance to antiretroviral drug DTG is increasing among the patient. Now we generally come across this term antiretroviral drugs. कौन से पेशेंट्स को दिए जाते हैं? लाइफ थ्रेटनिंग डिसीजेस लाइक HIV पेशेंट्स. So this is the drug used with other drugs for HIV treatment. ठीक है. So human immunodeficiency virus HIV जो है, फिर आप बोल सकते हैं एड्स जो डिसीज है, राइट. सो बैक्टीरियल इन्फेक्शन के लिए ये नहीं है. दिस वन इज इनकरेक्ट एंड दिस इज करेक्ट. रिसेंटली WHO had released one report regarding increasing resistance to this particular we can say medication. ठीक है. तो this one is correct and that's why answer becomes here B, 2 only. ठीक है. All right. What about this one? D8 organizations. So in past UPSC has asked such kind of question like in 2020, which of the following groups are all the 4 countries members of G20? तो यहाँ पर D8 organization was in news. What is this D8 organization? This was set up in 1996. ठीक है. तो ये क्या है? D8 organization is basically organization where Muslim majority community is there. And these countries are basically this organization works for economic growth and development. ठीक है. तो ये इकोनॉमिक से रिलेटेड है. प्रिफरेंशियल ट्रेड एग्रीमेंट और प्रिफरेंशियल ट्रेड के लिए एक दूसरे के साथ वो कर रहा है अलॉन्ग विद दैट डेवलपमेंट ऑफ पीपल लिविंग, सोशियो इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट ऑफ पीपल लिविंग इन, एंड इट्स हेडक्वार्टर इज इन इस्तांबुल, टर्की. इस्तांबुल, टर्की. ठीक है. तो हेडक्वार्टर याद रखना है. एंड विच आर दीज 8 मेंबर्स? साउथ ईस्ट एशिया से 2 मेंबर है, इंडोनेशिया एंड मलेशिया. देन साउथ एशिया से 2 मेंबर है, पाकिस्तान एंड बांग्लादेश. देन वेस्ट एशिया से अगर देखते हैं गल्फ कंट्रीज से, तो देयर इज ईरान एंड टर्की. Then we have from North Africa, if we see, तो North Africa से there is we can say that, let me tell you the names of these countries. ठीक है, इजिप्ट एंड नाइजीरिया, इजिप्ट एंड नाइजीरिया हो गए क्या 8? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, ठीक है, इजिप्ट एंड नाइजीरिया. सो दीज 8 कंट्रीज आर बेसिकली part of this D8 organization. So which grouping is there? Indonesia, Iran and Malaysia. A is the correct answer. ठीक है, A is the correct answer. No, OIC से नहीं है, ठीक है, Organization of Islamic Country is different. Bangladesh PM pitches for common currency for Muslim countries, D8 कंट्रीज, ठीक है. तो ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड, ये इकोनॉमिक ग्रुपिंग है बट मुस्लिम कंट्रीज का है, ठीक है. नाउ वन ऑफ द स्टेटमेंट ऑफ तमिलनाडु गवर्नर, controversial statement regarding 19th century reformer from Tamil Nadu. That's why the person was in news, personality was in news. We are describing here because socio-economic reform movements is part of our syllabus, modern history. Now he is revered as social reformer and is the founder of Ayyavazhi sect, primarily in southern Tamil Nadu. His teachings, अब ये हमें key points मिले हैं यहाँ पर, primarily in southern Tamil Nadu, Ayyavazhi sect. His teachings focused on equality, fraternity, eradication of caste discrimination. Generally Tamil Nadu में जो भी socio-religious movements हुए हैं, so they are focusing more on elimination of caste-based discrimination and anti-Brahminical, we can say, challenging the established religious and social hierarchies. So simply as one can use the logic, exactly शायद आपको नाम ना याद आए, but Ayyavazhi sect, अय्या ये एक अगर टर्म लेके आप यूज कर सकते हैं लॉजिक, तो अय्या वैकुंदर, so he was the personality, ठीक है. So you should know more about him and how different practices, detailed explanation हमने add किया हुआ है, explanation, this PDF is attached in the description of this video. You can later read detailed description about the personality because there can be question based on different aspects, ठीक है. ये जो हमने description दिया है शायद वो ना दे के दूसरा कोई description दे दे उनके बारे में, ऐसा भी हो सकता है. It was in news. Niti for States platform. This new platform is basically integrating various other platforms so that more evidence-based and objective policy making is being done and advice can be given to the government. So it is a cross-sectoral knowledge platform designed as a DPI, digital public infrastructure for policy and good governance. So this is correct statement. It is an intuitive and user-friendly interface that allows user to easily navigate. Very simple, straightforward question, but yes, some of the important characteristics. It is accessible through multiple devices including mobile phone. This one is correct. We can say accessible तो है, easily navigate भी करने दे रहा है. All three are correct statements here. ठीक है, all three are correct statement about this one. So very simple, straightforward question is there. Now moving on to next, Unnati 2024. It was in news. What is Unnati? उत्तर पूर्व मतलब क्या है? नॉर्थ ईस्ट. ठीक है, उत्तर पूर्व मतलब नॉर्थ ईस्ट के स्टेट्स का इंडस्ट्रियल डेवलपमेंट के लिए ये स्कीम लॉन्च किया गया है, उन्नति. ओके, ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन ऑफ इंडस्ट्रीज इन उत्तर पूर्व वी कैन से दैट स्टेट्स. So scheme aims for development of industries and generation of employment in the state of northeastern region. This is correct. Now, as it is talking about industries, one may get confused whether it is Ministry of Commerce and Industry or Ministry of, we can say, Development of Northeast India or Northeast region. But it comes under Ministry of Industry, Commerce and Industry. And yes, it is central sector scheme. Generally Northeast India में maximum central sector schemes implement होता है. तो ये भी आपको पता होना चाहिए. एंड ऑल 3 स्टेटमेंट्स आर अगेन करेक्ट हियर. ठीक है, सी इज द करेक्ट आंसर. ओके, मूविंग ऑन. लास्ट क्वेश्चन फॉर टुडे. बेसिक्स पे क्वेश्चन पूछा हुआ है एंड आई होप दैट यू विल गेट दिस करेक्ट, क्योंकि इलेक्टोरल बॉन्ड स्कीम और ये सब चीजें, फंडिंग से रिलेटेड भी क्वेश्चंस सॉरी न्यूज में है, पॉलिटिकल फंडिंग, सो दैट्स व्हाई. Yeah, what should be the answer? A political party for the purpose of tax exemption means a political party which is registered under RPA Act 1950. Registration of political party is largely dealt by RPA 1951. ये अगर logically भी आपको पता है तो you can eliminate this. Both are important acts, but 1950 ज़्यादातर delimitation and उसके related deal करता है. 51 is largely dealing with the political parties and overall elections. ठीक है, तो this one is incorrect. Political parties are barred from taking any activity of commercial nature and thereby earning profits. This is correct. They are basically non-profit oriented. Commercial activities नहीं कर सकता है. This one is correct. Political parties are given relief from furnishing of returns of income. No, that is not correct. They are supposed to submit the और फाइल द इनकम टैक्स रिटर्न्स. तो ये रिलीफ नहीं है उनको. हाँ, उनको कंसेशंस मिल सकते हैं इनकम टैक्स में, बट दे हैव टू फाइल द रिटर्न्स. दे हैव टू फाइल द रिटर्न्स. कॉर्पोरेट डोनर्स आर नॉट एलिजिबल टू क्लेम एग्जम्पशंस ऑन इट्स डोनेशन ऑफ पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज. अगर ऐसा होता तो हमारे इंडिया में जो मैक्सिमम डोनेशन कॉर्पोरेट डोनेशन ही आता है पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज, सो ऐसा होता तो वो करते ही नहीं. ठीक है, दे आर एलिजिबल टू क्लेम एग्जम्पशंस अंडर सर्टन सेक्शंस लाइक सेक्शन 80 something section is there of income tax act, and they can let's say claim, and then they can have reduced income tax to be paid. ठीक है, corporate tax we can say. तो this one is incorrect. 3 incorrect है, एक ही correct statement है. We have to find the correct, and that's why what should be the answer? Yes, that is correct, Vijay. So A is the correct answer for this question. Any question you have? Any other question जो आप डेली पढ़ रहे हैं और उससे रिलेटेड अगर आपको क्वेश्चन है रिगार्डिंग पंचसूत्रा टेस्ट. देयर वाज अ थंपिंग सक्सेस लास्ट ईयर ऑफ दिस पंचसूत्रा टेस्ट्स दैट वी हैड कंडक्टेड एट लुकमान IAS. सो मेनी क्वेश्चंस, they reflected directly in the examination one way or other way. Of course exact question कोई भी claim नहीं करेगा कि वो ऐसा वैसा हमने दिया हुआ है, but see, try to understand the theme or the topics that we choose to making the question is very very important, and we can say we have done so much of analysis, and the faculty themselves are involved in framing of questions and discussing these questions after the exam paper. ठीक है, तो it is very important to give these AIPMTs, All India Prelims mock tests that we have in April 5 free of cost. ठीक है, you can simply register, it is free of cost. Panchasutra, you see the timetable and you can register for it. Although this month's AIPMT is also there on 30th of March, you can give this also if you are giving this continuously test. Last 6 महीने से हम ये All India mock test हर महीने conduct कर रहे हैं, and more than 1000 students are appearing in it. Last AIPMT more than 1000. If you get a ranking in those, let's say, students, and if you understand what is your standing in the competition in such kind of quality papers, it is surely going to boost your confidence for your UPSC examination. Fine? Okay, let us stop then. Fine.